Hello, everyone, and welcome to my second podcast. I forgot to say the title. Again, let me start over. Rewind. Welcome to the Half Dead Podcast. I'm your host, and this is the second episode, so it is gonna be pretty good, much better than before. Obviously, it already sounds better. I was on TikTok and I found out that this lady, she's doing this audiobook, and she showed us her setup. And she was in the closet. She had a blanket covering her and the microphone and stuff, and so that's what I'm doing here now. I switched to my closet. I don't have a walk-in closet like her, which sucks. I'm on the floor, cramped. But, I brought some lights in my closet, some fairy lights, so it's very nice and aesthetic. I have a blanket and my dog here next to me. So, life's pretty good, except I had my fog machine behind me and I accidentally spilt the juice from it, so now I smell like harmful chemicals, which is great. It's the best way to attract the opposite or the same sex. So, let's get straight into it. So, I realized that doing a podcast once a week will be kind of hard for me because I have a lot of free time and a lot on my mind to say, so I'm just gonna post whenever I want, just stay with the update and it'll be good, or do your best. Anyways, so I wanted to talk about the horror movie of the week. I realize now that not a lot of people watch horror movies as much as I do. So I'm also going to have a normal, movie of the week. Not normal because, just like another movie of the week. So, first off, we're going to talk about the horror movie of the week, Come Play With Me. Or just Come Play. I just read that. So, this is based off of the short film from, I think, 2017. And basically, it's about a little boy, and he's mute, and, he has trouble speaking. He's slow, And, of course, there's this, book that shows up on his iPad, and, I forgot to mention, he uses his, iPad and stuff to communicate, his phone, whatever. And the book shows up on it, and it's about this, monster named Larry, and, Larry just wants a friend. It's very interesting, because you could sympathize with Larry at that point, Everyone wants a friend, but he wants to make his friends like him. I do like Larry though, because as the book states, he does not care about your flaws. He loves your flaws. If you have a flaw, it is more likely to attract him to you. In this case, he's attracted to the little boy's, flaw. And so he just starts going wreaking havoc and stuff. He is very scary. He has you could see his bony spine, and he's very tall, and you can only see him through the freaking iPad until the end of the movie. So it is really good. Out of 10, I think I would give this movie maybe a 8 out of 10, maybe 7, just because the mom didn't really sell it to me. She kind of made it jokish, because as soon as she found out about it, she was like, "Leave my son alone," and then Larry was like, "I just want to make him my friend," and especially in that scene, it just, I don't know, I don't take him that seriously. Yeah, just the mom's acting in the whole movie, she doesn't really take it that seriously, and well, she does, but I don't know. She just doesn't sell it to me. But the little boy, amazing actor. amazing. 10 out of 10. You know, like he couldn't say anything, and even through his like emotions, you could really get the sense of fear, and like the way he would like scream. He couldn't even scream, or when he would start to talk, it was really good. And you can like, it's mainly in his perspective, so we see him have the struggle of like trying to communicate that this monster is trying to get him to his mom and his dad, and you know, like, why don't you guys just listen or let him talk? But you know, so yeah, and pretty soon he just starts to like, he wants to be friends with the freaking monster, just because people are bullying him and, you know, etc. So and the monster itself is very scary and very interesting, so I'm gonna give that movie an 8 out of 10. And yeah, I recommend you guys watch it, you know, wherever you may. But for the next film, we are going to talk about Chick Fight. I just saw this today. Really good, pretty good, you know. It's kind of like Fight Club, but for like women, much more like goofier, like more funny, I guess. I don't know, like, it's just really good though. Like, as a woman, I was watching this and I was like, damn, I want to punch something. You know, like, I don't know. That's why I even started like thinking about doing kickboxing, because I've been wanting to do that for a while, but this just kind of motivated me and made me realize how like badass that would be. So basically it's about this woman. She's very insecure, very like everything's going wrong for her, you know, damsel in distress kind of vibes. And her friend introduces her to this like Fight Club thing, and well, yeah, she's like, no, I can't, that's crazy, why am I gonna fight someone, you know? And it's like, ma'am, just do it. You know, like, she comes in and one of the rules is you can't leave the Fight Club without fighting someone, or else you're gonna have to fight this one lady named the Bear. She's terrifying, let me tell you that. Like, if you see her in the movie, you would not want to fight her too. But yes, anyways, and so her main, like, she ends up having beef with this bitch who thinks she's all that and stuff, and she is all that, I gotta give it to her. They show her fighting like 3 girls at once, and it is literally awesome. Yeah, anyways, sorry, you might have heard me struggling. I was trying not to yell at my dog on cam. I don't think he likes that I'm in the closet, but that's okay. Anyways, yeah, so that movie, it just, I don't know, it gives you like, you know, that feminist kind of vibe, but not like where they overdo it, like in the Avengers movie, you know? Like when all the girls are like, we've got your back, you know, to freaking Captain Marvel, and it's just like, yeah, it's just like, ew. Like, when I saw that scene, me and my big brother were laughing, and we were like, oh, there go the feminists, you know? And yeah, there's, God, hold on, I'm going to deal with my dog. I will be back with this short break. Okay, so we are back, and my leg is asleep. Oh, by the way, fun fact for you. So when you have like a body part fall asleep, you are not supposed to, you know, shake that part. You're supposed to shake your head, you know, because your mind's like making that body part fall asleep. So just gotta give your head a few shakes, and, you know, it should be good. But yes, you know, that's a nice little fact for you guys. Maybe that'll help you. Who knows? Anyways, about that movie, yeah, so they don't really force the feminism on you. It's just more like, you know, women understand the struggles, and, you know, it's like they can be like badass too. So yeah, it's like really nice watching this girl overcome her like insecurities in her, and, you know, she tries to give up, but it's just really good, you know? So that movie, I would have to give it, I would give it an 8 out of 10 as well. The only reason I don't give it a 10, I just it kind of missed some of the parts. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but some of the scenes would just jump from one another and it was not pleasant, But the rest of the story, hey, pretty well. It all lines up, And so yes, let's talk about the next topic, anime of the week, or the second anime. Okay, yeah, whatever. Let's talk about, you know what, instead of talking about anime, let's talk about the subject in general. So lately what's been kind of making me salty is that anime has started to blow up, when back then I used to have to hide my anime weebness, and it's absurd if you had to ask me all these basic bees finally realizing it's cool and watching it, and or now they can judge it publicly, one of my friends, I turned her into a weeb and now I believe she's crazier than me. She's more obsessed than me with anime boys, with anime in general. She even changed her Bitmoji to be an anime character, so I created a monster, but I'm proud. She's a monster with culture, so so if you think about if you don't like anime, or you just haven't tried watching it, I recommend it. There's a different genre for everyone. A good anime to start with is Death Note. Back then, I never gave Death Note a chance because I already knew this person died and blah blah blah, and just the vibes kind of gave me. But then when I started watching it, I have a video of myself crying over one of the characters' deaths, and yeah, I knew it was coming, but I just didn't want to accept it, And so, yeah, it is just amazing. The art style, the story, the way you watch them think and go back and forth. It's just amazing, Death Note is really amazing, and it's how can these people be so freaking intelligent, yet so attractive, And speaking of, so one person I want to look like is Misa Amane. I will put her up on the screen, a picture of her, there you go. But yeah, I think she's her style and stuff, she's so freaking cool, her personality is she's kind of dumb, but she's pretty cool, she's, yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, and I want to look like her, she's so cool, I'm already blonde, and I already wear black and stuff, I'm already getting the outfit, so we will see. I just think she's really cool in that style. And I was talking to someone on the phone today, a friend, and they tell me that in one of my pictures I look like L. I have a crush on him. He is insanely hot. I love my dark emo boys. And I agree. Sometimes I do look like him. When I had my black hair, I don't know. And I think that is so funny because it's one of those cases where it's you want to be her, but you're her, I want to be Misa, but I'm really this dude. And I think that is so funny. And yeah, it's just wow. It definitely made me reconsider some things. But otherwise, it's a pretty cool compliment. It's very funny. So next up, since nobody gave me any ideas, I think I'm just gonna roll with it. Let's talk about games. So, it's kind of crazy how Among Us was such a popular game, and after the update, it kind of just went downhill. But, I really liked it. I really liked the idea. Very simple. Anyone can play it. And yeah, it's just a good way to spend your time with friends and etc. You know how it is. And I will actually play it right now while talking to you guys. But I do not mean to brag. I am literally the best at Among Us. Like, if Corpse ever was to like play with me, I don't know, by some freaking miracle, he would get his ass dragged through the ground. Like, I'm just that good, I'm just that good. I will list you some of my favorite kills. So when me and my sister play together, she hates being imposter. We're complete opposites. I love being imposter because, who wouldn't love to kill? But, yes, so she hates being imposter with, like, a passion. And every time we play together, somehow her freaking phone is, like, blessed by the Among Us gods. And she's always imposter. And so we switch phones, but. Okay, before you guys start freaking out and like, oh my god, you're a cheater, blah, blah, blah. No, we don't cheat. She knows I'm an imposter, but I'm not allowed to do anything in front of her without her reporting it. So if she sees me kill someone, if she sees me vent, she has to report it. That's the rules. So I'm not cheating. I just love being imposter. But yeah, so in this case, she knew I was imposter. I went into electrical. I was the only one, so I vented and I took a peek in the other rooms. What if I see someone? And I saw someone alone in security. Someone camping. We hate campers around here. And so, sorry, excuse me. And so I was gonna hop back into electric vent. What? I just realized what I said. I'm gonna vent back into electric, close the doors in security, vent back into security, and and kill the dude and just walk away from. And so I vent right into electric without thinking. Guess who's there? My sister and Pink. So I start freaking out and she's like, oh my god. And I try and kill Pink because I know if I had to convince people that it was my sister that, I would win. So I try and get rid of Pink. I accidentally kill my sister and Pink literally goes off freaking running. And I was freaking out, I tried to close the doors so he's stuck in electric with me. And also, I don't know why they didn't just report the body because, I had a kill cooldown at 20. So, anyways, yeah, so she just ran off and she's in storage. I'm in electric and I'm like freaking out. Oh my god, she's gonna get to the buzzard first. And the doors are slowly opening. And I make it to her. She's at the button like for 2 seconds. So I feel like she could have pressed the button if she wanted to, like if she was faster. But I managed to catch up to her, kill that bee, and just walk off to weapons like nothing. And my sister's dead, so she's talking to the freaking, Pink in the ghost chat. And she's like, oh my god, did you see that chase? I literally was about to press the button. And I was like, damn, And, sorry, you might hear me pause. Proving my innocence in the game. But yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. And then, oh god. Anyways, another one of my favorite kills was with my sister as well. I wanted to see if I was, that good. I was getting kind of cocky, to be honest. And, I literally tell her, I'm like, bro, let me tell you, I'm going to kill in front of you, and I want to see if you could lie your way out of it. I mean, if I could lie my way out of it. She's like, okay, just tell me when. And boom, I kill her at lights. She's like, oh my god, I didn't know that you meant now. And I was like, bruh. You know? And so she's like, it's black. And I'm like, it's green. I walked into electrical to do the lights coming from the storage and it's green and blah blah. And then people are like, green is kind of sus. And I was just like, like, money in the bag, you know, easy money. So, yes, I am literally the best at freaking Among Us. So, if any of you guys want to catch hands, now's your time. By the way, sorry you might hear me sniffling a lot. I have allergies, so, you know, fight me. Next game I think is really underrated. It's kind of like, I think Dead by Daylight or oh, dude, I just saw someone vent. Oh my freaking god. So I'm gonna be saying what I'm typing. Pink vented in nav. Oh, someone else is like pink. Yes, blue. Dude, pink, bruh, trash. Well, everyone knows not to vent into like the navigation hallway, cause like it's like you're basically asking people to like, you know, vote you off. Yeah. Anyways, the game that is very underrated is Identity V. It is really good. I get these two games mixed up. It's either similar to Dead by Daylight. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's Dead by Daylight. And, you know, where it's just like a group of people and there's a killer and you have to try and escape and you have to decrypt these codes and stuff by the time, and you could save people if they're like, you know, hung or something, you know, captured. And it's just really cool. It's you could play with friends and, you know, you get to pick if you're the killer or the survivor. And the animation is really, really cool, very scary. It gives me Coraline vibes, you know. And it's just, yeah, it's really good. I recommend it. You can play with your friends. I play with my friends, and we're always screaming and stuff. The only bad thing I would say is that when you play with your friends, you all have to be either one or the other, so it's a struggle, you know. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that game is pretty good. I'm going to take a really fast bathroom break. So, you know, another short break. Okay, so we are back. I just figured out a new way to hold up my microphone, which is by using a hanger. So, if that does not get any more ghetto, I do not know, you know, what does. So, now I'm going to talk about some, you know, deep conversation topics. And yeah, when I talk about things like this, these topics, you know, I get really into them, so settle down, get comfy, and, you know, put your answers in the comments as well, what you guys think. So, first up is, which is more important, the human body or the human mind? So, this is kind of very difficult depending on the situation, because, you know, this is more like an estimate, a hypothesis, you know. You can't actually 100% work this out. So let's choose the first answer that came to my mind. I think that the human mind is more powerful. I think this is probably one of the obvious answers, because without the human mind, you would just be like a sack of meatloaf. Like, what are you gonna do? Just like walk into walls, you know? You won't grow, you won't evolve, you know? But with the human mind, you could think your way out of situations. The mind will evolve, and so will the way you live. Like, when I close my eyes and I imagine that where we're unable to use our body, all we have is our mind. And I feel like we would find ways to grow just like that. Like, let's say with going through our day-to-day lives, all we need... okay, so I just thought of something, and this might be this is what's stopping me. So I think the human mind, because we can create, we can do all this, but the example I was going to give was that going through our day-to-day lives, we could come up with inventions to slowly help us, like creating robots, or little contraptions, like those ones in the TV shows and movies where you hit one thing and another thing falls, and the thing rolls down this table, like stuff like that. But I just realized that without your body, or without your body, you would not be able to do anything with those ideas. Do you know what I mean? Like, how are you going to give other people those ideas? Because I was gonna say that you could tell someone about your ideas and tell someone all these beautiful things, but you can't do anything with them. You wouldn't even be able to open your mouth, You would just die. You would just die. Lay there forever, die. Are you gonna eat? You're gonna die. So maybe the human body is more important, because even if you don't have a mind, you could just you will still be able to reproduce. You could still, nourish yourself, create things. Actually, no, I take that back, because you need creativity and, you have to think. Yeah, you won't evolve or anything, but you'd still be living, So, that is very hard. I feel like that is a very hard question. Yes, that really got me thinking. There's so many little things. Maybe I'm overthinking it, and it's obvious it's the mind, but for now, I think my final choice will be the human body. Yes, just comment down below what you guys think. In the next podcast, I will review them, and, we'll talk about it, together as a community, let's do an applaud, cheering for the community. Woo! Yes, perfect. Okay, so now that was kind of a starter question, and now we will do, why do we create art? As an artist and crafts and art master, I would say, creating art could be for many things, but I think the same reason, the same word is that people would use to describe it is feelings. We use it to express our feelings, to express and show what's on our mind, what's in our heart. You know what I mean? Like Vincent van Gogh. Let's talk about him. I saw a TikTok about him the other day, and this woman was saying, I didn't see the show personally, but she was telling about the show episode where these people go back in time to meet Vincent van Gogh, and they show him how beautiful his art is, and how it inspired millions, billions in fact, and how he has a whole art gallery about him, and they do this to try and stop him from killing himself. And they even take him to the future to show him how much people appreciate him and wish he could have done more. And he goes back in time, and the people, they go to the present and they expect to see more art, so they check online and they're like, looking, but nothing, nothing, no more art, no nothing. And so that shows you how bad Vincent van Gogh had it, how bad it was with his mind and how mentally unstable he was, to the point where even if he knew how much people loved him and stuff, and how much of an impact he had on society, he still couldn't take it, and he still killed himself, and that's really, really harsh to think about, and we could see his pain and his emotions through his art, his beauty, his the sentimental value of them. And it's just amazing, that people could do that with their art. People use it as an escape. I do that too. I have a lot of creativity. My dad, he says I'm more of a hands-on type of person, and I think that's true. And so when I don't create something, when I don't paint or have a way to show it, I dream a lot. I dream more crazy things. And that kind of forces me to do one creative thing a day, which is pretty good for the mind, but it's just also, so I don't have these insane dreams. And so, it doesn't matter if you're not good at art or if you can only draw stick figures. I recommend you do it at least once a day. It will help you. It will make you feel more free. Kids can do it, you could do it, okay? This will just, even if you don't like it, it'll still be like you drew something, you accomplished something, one task of the day. You should feel proud of yourself. And I know some people aren't as creative. I've met some people who just tell me they can't do that. How do you think of that, And you don't think about it really, you just kind of put it down. My painting above my bed is an eyeball with abstract stuff in the background. My main two is eyeballs and mushrooms for some reason. I don't know why, but I did not know I was going to draw that, and I imagined it very differently in my head. But you just have to put it down, There's nothing holding back, there's no judge. It just makes you feel good, and I was just there for hours, relaxing, painting, one swipe, two swipe, It was just pretty good. So, of course, people create art to express themselves, to show ideas, and just as, like I said, as an escape. So yes, I recommend everyone does at least one drawing or one little creative thing, and just show me, and we will review them together, So yeah, that was a very good question. Let's talk about the next one. Do animals have souls? 100%, bro. 100%. Animals, they're just like us, like humans, but different species. I think that everything on Earth has a soul, like the mountains and the trees, everything has a soul, everything has a life. And so of course I think animals have a soul. I feel like having a soul is what makes you not human, but what makes you alive. So let's imagine if we didn't have a soul. Close your eyes and picture yourself without a soul, society without their souls. It would be very dull, very what's the point, And with a soul, it gives you emotion, it gives you your colors, your personality, your history, your future. It just makes you who you are. And like this anime Soul Eater, each soul has a different like a shape, different color, a different, personality per se, and that makes you who you are. That makes them who they are, and I think that is a beautiful way to put it out there. Our souls are us. So dogs, of course, have souls because each dog has a personality. My dog, Mitch, he is so much like me. Like I said, he's my baby, but I honestly think he's like my son. Yeah, because he sleeps all day. He's so silly, so goofy, clumsy, and so playful and sweet. He's just an angel, just a blessing. And he used to be abused, so it took him a lot of time to grow and to learn to trust me, and it's made him into the dog he is today. And I think that's beautiful, because without the past, that it just changed him now, because now he could like play and stuff without being scared. He could tell me when he wants to use the bathroom without being scared, and I could put my hand up without him thinking I'll hit him. And that's amazing. But what I'm trying to say is that his soul gave him that personality, and with that personality, that made him who he is. So 100% I think animals have souls. And with the rest of the earth, with the mountains, like I was saying, I think they have souls as well. They're living. Anything alive has a soul. And I know you guys are like, but the mountains are rocks, blah, blah. Yes, but they were shaped into what they are now, shaping them like their soul. So I don't know if I described that well. It's kind of, it makes more sense in my head. Saying it out loud, I feel kind of kooky. But yes, 100% animals have souls. Next, let's take a break from some seriousness. I am going to call a number, a phone number that will amaze you guys. Okay, so let me just find this in my contacts, and this is gonna blow your mind. So some of you may have not, whatever. Okay, so I am looking. This is time for you to drink water, go get a snack. Wonderful, wonderful. So I found the number here. This will kind of make you guys smile, and this will also show you how popular I am. I'm friends with this person. I have their number. Okay, so I'm going to play it out loud, and hopefully this is good enough. Okay. It's calling. Well, at least I hope it's calling.
Sorry. Yes, this is Iron Man. However, due to some big blonde jerk, I no longer use this number. But hey, nice try anyway. For all things Tony Stark, please visit www.tonystarkironman.com and try and stay safe out there, yeah? I'm busy enough as it is.
So I think that is so awesome. Now, you might be wondering, hey, how do you have Iron Man's old phone number, Well, it turns out I'm not special. It's actually from a comic book strip where Iron Man Thor crushes Iron Man's phone with his hammer, and he gets very upset, and it shows his number on Thor's hammer. So that's why he's salty. That's why he blames it on Thor. Anyone can call it, as a little party trick. But yeah, I did that, and I just like to hear it. Like, I kind of want to hear it again. So let's hear it again. Together. We'll do it together. I know you guys wanted to hear it again too. Come on.
Hi. Yes, this is Iron Man. However, due to some big blonde jerk, I no longer use this number. But hey, nice try anyway. For all things Tony Stark, please visit www.tonystarkironman.com and try and stay safe out there, yeah? I'm busy enough as it is.
Oh my god. I don't know why. It's just like, I'll just pretend I'm talking to the real him, and I'm like, hey buddy, how was saving the world? Oh, I forgot he's dead. Why, God? Why? It's so sad. Like, let's take a moment of silence for Tony Stark. He'll be the character, the actor, the character of the day. Let's do a moment of silence for this beautiful, beautiful man. Okay, so, thank you for all coming to his memorial. Now we will continue. Okay, so, let's go back to those interesting topics. Okay, I kind of lost it, so you're gonna have to give me a moment. Yeah, imagine that music. Dun, 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 dun. So instead of the seriousness, since we already did 2 serious questions, we are going to do a funny question. Let's do a random number, 1 through 25. I'll do 18. What is the most hilarious childhood memory you can think of? Oh, okay, my childhood memory. This might take a while. Most hilarious childhood memory. I could think of quite a few. One of them being, a dumb dream of mine was, I used to want to be a mascot. Like, when you think of mascot, you think of the people at the football games in the costume. That's what I wanted to be. Most girls, I want to be a cheerleader. Not me. I just thought it would be so fun to dance around, and I have that personality, So I wanted to be a mascot, and I was at a birthday party for my cousin, and she was 4, so it was Frozen themed, and they had this Olaf costume dude, come in with Elsa. Everyone was taking pictures, blah blah blah. And I take a picture with Olaf, and I go up to him, and I'm like, psst, hey. And in that goofy voice, he's like, yes. And I ask him, I'm like, hey, where'd you get your costume from? And he looks at me. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, oh, come on, buddy. You can just tell me. He's like, oh, I'm not fake. I'm the real Olaf. And I was just like, okay, buddy. Let's keep that between you and me, okay? I know your secret. And I just walked away. I had no shame of asking this poor man whose life already sucked, bro. Like, he's at a kid's party in a costume. And I had the audacity to ask him where he got it from so that I could take his job. Yes, that was one of the funniest moments. Another funny one. I don't remember. They're more like in other people's perspectives. I don't really remember these moments, but they do. So let's talk about the school performance. You know, every kid or every normal kid had the like middle, like the kindergarten cowboy like dance singing thing where you dress up as cowboys and sing and dance. And so I used to love the limelight like a lot. So I always wanted to be front row. But my teacher, she was like, let's give the other students a chance, you know? So I was like, whatever. So my sister, like I said, we're opposites. She's introvert, I'm extrovert. So she got put in the front. Meanwhile, I was stuck in the back. And yes, so the day of the performance, everyone's singing. And my mom said that once she put up the camera and waved at my sister, she started screaming and she started crying and, you know? And meanwhile, she points the camera at me. I'm like waving at her. And I push my way to the front and I'm like singing and I'm like dancing, you know? And yeah, and she's like super embarrassed and stuff, and I just totally took the limelight. But yeah, that's like one of the funniest moments of my childhood that I don't remember personally, but you know, everyone else seems to talk about it. Whatever. Oh yes. Okay, so I actually just thought of a really good one, and you know, it kind of gives you guys some history on me. You know, whatever. So, okay, I used to be a bully in like 1st through 3rd grade. I used to be a huge bully, and and my sister was not. Of course, you guys already know she's the opposite of me. So I remember I was picking on this one kid named Cameron. This like now when I look back at it, you know, since I'm older, I think he's so cute, like a little baby. He has like glasses and stuff. He's the cutest. And I was picking on him. I don't remember why, but I was. And I go home. Me and my sister go home, and we both have notes in our hands, different colored notes. My mom, she grabs my sister's first, and she's like, oh, what is this? And she's reading it, and basically it's like, I'm proud of Carolina for standing up to a bully, blah blah blah. Here's the sticker. And my mom was like, oh my god, that's amazing. What about you, Kami? And I give her mine. I hesitate, but I give her my note. And it says, I'm disappointed in Camila for bullying someone. And, you know, blah, blah, blah. And my mom, she even got mad at my sister for, like, for calling me out, bro. Like, the disrespect of this woman. She really had to expose me. So yeah, that's like one of the stories I like to tell. Kind of shows you guys how she is, how I am. I still bring it up, you know. I'm like, remember that one time you threw me under the bus? Even though that was like a billion years ago. But yeah, I think that's all I'm going to talk about today. I already reached 50 minutes which is pretty crazy. It has not felt that way. But, yeah, I had fun. I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to, draw or do something creative once a day. And yes, I will see you guys next time.